There's a reason why the text in this video is Comic Sans. It's because WWE is Comic Sans. So, oh my God, I can't believe I have to do it. Fuck this, dude. So I swore off WWE programming forever in the summer when one of the Uso twins, I forget who, had their over 9,000th DUI, their 69th DUI or whatever the fuck. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna watch any of this shit. I'm good. Just by virtue of that, you know. Then they gave him a tag team title. I still watch the clips on YouTube, or I watch / listen to the reviews. In fact, I'm gonna probably sign off this in a few minutes and go listen to Solid Monster. Now he likes Solid Monster now. I just figured that out. It's not Solo Monster. Apparently, I've been saying it wrong for the last 6 or so years. It's Solid Monster. Fair play. Anyways, so or GMW or other stuff like that. That's how I get my WWE footage. And apparently, the very first, the headline of Solid Monster's review was McMahon lays an egg. Feeling curious, I go ahead and search out Survivor Series 2021. What do I see? I see clips of McMahon showing Roman Reigns the Cleopatra egg, a golden egg. And then another clip of him getting mad at Sonya Deville and Adam Pearce about his egg going missing. This is what's come to. WWE has gone full circle. It's official. It's official. This smacks of WWE in the late 80s and early 90s. That's what you're going to see. That's what WWE's come to. You better get ready for it. Because it's not going to end. It isn't. No. As much as regrettable in the long term as the Attitude Era was, and that's a debatable subject, but to me, kind of didn't age well, especially when Russo was booking it. I prefer that over this. To me, the Ruthless Aggression Era, 02 to 09 or whatever, or 07, I guess, 02 to 08, that was easily WWE's best 6 years ever. Okay? Fuck me. I can't believe I'm about to say this. I cannot believe I'm about to say this. I would take that 2 or so months in 2010 when WWE was rated G over this. I would take WWE when Mike Adamle was the GM over this shit. All I had to do to cement my swearing off WWE for the rest of my life is just these 2 1-minute clips of McMahon pointing to a crate with a golden Cleopatra egg in it to get me to say, to hell with this, to hell with all things WWE. MJF himself, who pretty much is the only reason I watch any wrestling nowadays, besides him, and if you talk about chicks, Thunder Rosa, those two could come on to WWE, and Thunder Rosa could unify both ladies' titles, and MJF could unify all the singles titles. They could both do that, and I still wouldn't give a flying shit about WWE's programming. This is where it's come to. This is what it's come to. Like, and I hope you can hear the disappointment in my voice, because this is something that watching wrestling. I remember, okay, watching Raw or SmackDown or even NXT in the mid 2010s. They used to be a highlight of my week. Up until like a year or so ago, or up until last summer, this summer, up until 6 or so months ago. I used to get ready for Raw or SmackDown, no matter how shitty it was. And there were some times where it was really shitty. Okay? Really, really was. But I didn't care. I was like, you know what? It'll probably be a good show somewhere. Might be some good matches, some good segments somewhere. Not anymore, man. Not anymore. At all. And this is what it's come to. And I could go on and on about how WWE really doesn't care about fans, how they have a new form of fans in the charities who they work with, who give them money, because they're not really non-profit charities, they're for-profit ones, like Komen. They get that killer Komen money. We want to talk about sweet Saudi money. Let's talk about the killer Komen money they've been getting for an entire decade before the sweet Saudi money. We'll talk about that. And it's other shit too. Tribute to the troops. That walked so that the Komen ropes and shit could run every October, where they have that little pink rope. They don't do that anymore, but they used to. So the tribute to the troops crawled so that the Komen shit could walk, so that sweet Saudi money could run. And that's what makes WWE money. It's not the fans. I think Solomon said it himself. WWE went an entire year and a half or so, right? Year and some change, with no fans, and then with their e-fans, which I actually appreciate, by the way, because I'm sick of fans doing their little stupid cringy chants or singing along the songs and shit. I can barely watch AEW whenever Jericho or CM Punk come out, because fans want to sing along to Judas and they want to sing along to Cult of Personality, and it's fucking dumb. But even still, it's somewhat watchable compared to WWE, especially when MJF comes on. You know what I mean? But with AEW, and I am in no way, shape, or form an AEW fanboy. I'm not. Like, the AEW has some of the shittiest programming known to man. Okay? It's like I said, like, anything that doesn't involve MJF or Thunder Rosa in AEW sucks shit. Okay? But it sucks shit 1 ounce less than WWE's shit that has been sucking for a long time. And this is the pinnacle of it right here. Tell with everything about WWE. Tell with it. What did they fire? Like 40 some odd friggin' performers? Like, just like that in like a week? Don't need them. WWE doesn't need them. They don't need to rebuild their roster. All they need is their little company people. They need Roman. They need Becky Lynch, who is more predictable and stupid than ever. They need Charlotte Flair, who's going to stay there regardless of how miserable she gets. They need Sasha Banks, who's going to stay there no matter how miserable she gets. They're going to keep Sami Zayn, who, despite even name-dropping AEW right before the pandemic, he's going to stay at WWE for some stupid fucking reason. Who else? Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is going to go to AEW. No, he's not. He's going to stay right in WWE, because WWE has him by the fucking balls. They have Seth Rollins by the balls. They have Seth Rollins by the balls so bad that Seth Rollins will go on social media and stroke the cock. Stroke the WWE cock. It's unbelievable, man. So as long as WWE has like a dozen or so performers who they can rely on, or a couple dozen or 30 or so, both men and women, by the way. You know, guys like Big E Langston, who would be really good in AEW or NWA. Guys like Kofi Kingston, too, or Xavier Woods, who, despite WWE pretty much claiming his up, down, down brand and making it theirs, he's still on WWE programming. They have him by the balls, too. Ain't gonna end, people. People go like, WWE's going up for sale. They're gonna go out of business. Bruh. WWE was like almost done in 1995 and 96. And if they can come back from that shit, if they could still stay afloat in that, look at Impact Wrestling, Total Nonstop Action, whatever you want to call it. I tend to just go in between the two and alternate. But look at those guys. They've stayed afloat for almost 20 years. And they've had way worse than WWE when it comes to their financials. So if everyone's saying, oh man, this might be the end of WWE, no, you're wrong. But it does mean that WWE is going to suck more and more and more and more and more and more. And they're going to have zero incentive to improve because the game has now changed. It's not like things aren't like the way they were 25 years ago. AEW is getting better though. AEW is going to be bigger. It's going to be as big as WWE. No, it ain't. Does AEW have their own movie studio? No. Do they produce their own reality TV? That's what Total Divas is on E! Entertainment, everybody. No, AEW doesn't. They have 3 shows. That's it. WWE has like at least twice as many that you can watch on cable and on Peacock. Is there an AEW network? You tell me. So no, AEW is never going to be a competitor to WWE. Yes, that sucks balls. That sucks shit. And I hate it. But look, that's what we have. And best believe that going into 2022, the Royal Rumble is going to be predictable and shitty. WrestleMania 38 is going to suck. Money in the Bank is going to have very predictable winners of it who are going to predictably cash in their Money in the Bank at any given show. SummerSlam is not going to be that great. All the way down to next year's Survivor Series, which, I don't know, maybe McMahon will have 2 Cleopatra eggs there instead of 1. And maybe like one will be like painted a different color, and then he's going to send Adam Pearce and freaking Sonya Deville, who should be doing matches instead of being a fucking general manager, off to like find out who painted the other Cleopatra egg like black or something like that. I don't know. It's like, let me finish this up. Watching WWE the way it is now, and I mean this very sincerely, it's like watching a friend of yours, a really good friend who you've known for a very long time. And I've personally been on this side of it, to where I was the friend that I'm about to talk about. It's like seeing a friend who you've known for a very long time and who has had a lot of good potential in their life, throw it all away for cheap thrills, or just for the sake of it, just to let everyone down. You know what I mean? I'm getting a little personal with that, but that's what seeing WWE come up with this piss poor programming means to me. It's like I've known someone since 1987, and they had all this potential, and at one point they were extremely successful, you know what I mean? And just for the sake of it, just for lulz, they go, you know what? I'm gonna fuck my life up. That's how I see WWE nowadays, and it sucks, and I don't like saying that. I'm glad we can watch AEW. I'm glad we can watch stuff like NWA, which really sucks. I have to pay Fight TV to watch Power. What the hell, NWA? We can't just stream on YouTube like it did 2 years ago, man. So I'm glad we have other options. But, it's not the same. It's not the same. So, yeah. So, that's WWE. Like I said, there's a reason that text is in Comic Sans. It's because it's just as bad as that font. Yeah. Alright. Done ranting. Survivor Series sucked and only watched 2 minutes of it through clips. You don't even need to tell me how the matches were. It don't matter to me. Yeah. Alright. Take care, everybody. Fantasy booking stuff coming soon. Was going to do the invasion, but I don't know. That might be a little too complicated for me. But you'll see something before next year. I just need some time to do it. Yeah. But get ready for that. It's going to be good. Alright, guys. Take care. Thanks for listening. Bye.